Hey lovelies, it's Hungwana Boss Collective today, and today we're going to be talking about how to create your channel point redemptions. So, not necessarily making the channel point badges themselves, but how to actually come up with ideas for the channel points. So, Streamfrogs is a great place to go. So, streamfrogs.com. They have a bunch of ideas on their website for um, channel point ideas. Um, so as you go down, I'm going to give you some ideas that are not within this, but I'll use this as inspiration. So you can actually go on anyone's stream when they're streaming and look at their channel point redemptions, and that'll give you ideas for the type of badges you want to create, and also give you the type of ideas for the type of things you want to have. So whether you want to, a lot of people have choose an emote to unlock when you get a certain amount of channel points. That's a very popular one because most emotes are directly for subscribers. So if they have 100 emotes, and you'll get to unlock one of them for 24 hours. So it can be fun to be able to do that. So right now, until you're an affiliate, you can't have channel points, but they are changing that. Just don't know the time yet. We talked about that. So you can do a choose your character. So with that, it's more you can. I've seen people do where they switch hats, or they switch the lighting color, or they will do different cosplays. They'll change their outfit. This one, choose who to host a raid. Someone who has this would be a really high channel point amount, and it would have to be somebody um that obviously if you were a Palia streamer, you wouldn't be going and putting your putting your subscribers and your viewers to a Call of Duty stream. They'd have to be a similar type of stream at the moment. So cozy to cozy, RPGs to RPGs, you know what I'm talking about. So within reason, they can choose who to host and who to raid. They can choose a character or a weapon. And like I said, you can go through these yourself and get ideas, but I just wanted to give you some inspiration. You can also go to ChatGPT and look for ones. And your favorite streamers, if you, like I said, if you watch Twitch yourself, can give you awesome ideas too. But try to come up with at least 5 that are completely original, that you haven't seen. And the reason I say that is because obviously people want to come to your stream and they don't want to see the exact same ones. It can get really boring. And by having, even if you do have them as a 10,000 channel point redemption or a 20,000 channel point redemption, at least you're giving them an opportunity to redeem something that no one else gives them the opportunity to. So you can emote only chat. This can like they said, it can be really funny or it can become a nightmare because sometimes people really want to say something to you and they have to wait. So especially if you have just a lot of spam, that might be a good one to turn on. You can get your mods to turn on any of these. So you could make, for instance, you could if you're doing Palia, you could ask them to look at your do a home tour. So to look at your house and see, to give you a review of what they think. Push-ups, squats, yeah, any type of exercise. If you have a pet and you are kind of like making your pet the part of your streams, because you want to include them, and you also want your audience to know that you like, for instance, if you have a dog, you might tell them that you have a dog, so that if you have to go take them out to the bathroom, that they're going to know there's going to be interruptions. And not only that, but if they hear the barking, they'll understand. Or if, for instance, the cat jumps on them during a game and wants a cuddle, they will be able to know what's going on. So there's pet your, like a pet one, or give them a treat, or a lickable, or even just, showing the cat and talking about it for a little bit. Yeah, and then there's the health ones. So there's ones that you should have for your health, because sometimes you forget, like, to sit straight, or you forget to drink water, or you forget to have some sort of food. Like, you'll be sitting there for 6 hours and you'll be like, oh my gosh, I didn't eat or drink. So if you have reminders for that, if your audience cares about you, they'll make sure to remind you to do those things. So those ones are very good to have. So, yeah, the do nothing one, I'm not sure about that one. There's a daily tax one. Sometimes, like, I've noticed a lot of people do daily check-ins, and the reason they'll do that is because they want to know how many streams that you've actually participated in. And it's actually really good, because if, for instance, you listen to like 100 streams, or even just 10, it shows how committed you are to the streamer's like goals and like success, and like shows basically how much how much you appreciate them doing streams, because you're showing up daily. So that's one that you can do. You could do one that's just like out of this world, that like really they would have to be watching you for like 3 months straight in order to redeem it, or like 6 months straight in order to redeem it, and like constantly be watching, and actually have subscription, because they want to get that extra points available. So that one could be like host the stream with the streamer, or take over the stream for a night. There's been get a tattoo, or something that is kind of like a permanent thing. Like I said, a tattoo or a haircut, or like something that's a little more permanent, or something that's just like really, like if you're an artist, you could create your logo for free. You could do something like that. So, become a VIP. So I'm a VIP in many different Twitch accounts, and I watch Gaming with Flash. I watch Dirty Dish LMN. I just in case you guys wanted to check them out and follow them. And I watch Jubyverse, and Avery, and yeah, quite a few other ones. Just naming them out because I do really appreciate them. And so I'm a VIP in most of the streams that I watch, because I do subscribe to them, and because I do watch them loyally. And like, there's a difference between becoming somebody who just watches for the sake of watching, like somebody who just lurks, which is no problem, and someone who's actually like an active participant. You have to be more of an active participant to get a VIP. Getting a free sub, honestly, people get free subs all the time. This is one that people would need to, like, you get free subs even just by just showing up to a stream for like 10 minutes. And if someone's gifting a free sub, you'll get a free sub. But if you wanted to get the free sub, just remember that you should make it something that is not easy to attain. Like, I would put that up for 25,000 at least. Because if you make it too easy, then everybody's going to be able to subscribe for free, and then they won't actually support you. So, at least not financially, which is some people's goal and some people's not goal. Sometimes I do know that when I have joined a channel, that sometimes a content creator will give me a free sub for the month because it doesn't cost them anything. And it just shows that they appreciate you supporting them. So sometimes I have gotten a lot of free subs for just checking out a channel. Yeah. Let's see. Adding a viewer to your friends list on Discord. Adding them to a private Discord that they can actually talk with you in. That's a good one. Maybe like a crazier question, like a question that you normally wouldn't answer, but because they've saved up enough points, you'd be willing to answer it within reason, obviously. Yeah, changing decorations. I was talking about that one. That's a really good one. I think that when I've watched quite a few streamers, I really enjoy changing the color of the lights. And when there's sometimes you can buy flippable animals, and they're one color one way and one color the other, or they have a different emote on one side, and so you can find fun ways. If you yeah, you could do review a Twitch channel. You could do a 24-hour stream. It has to be really expensive though, because those are very honestly, sitting for 24 hours is hard on the tushy. So I would definitely make that about 50 to 100,000. Some of them can be like I don't think the banning ones are good, just because I just think that it hurts people's feelings. Yeah, you could give them a discount code. You could do giveaways. So if they press that button, you'll do a giveaway on the stream, and then you can make it like 20 minutes of no swearing, or they can't use a certain word. And if they use that word, that they're silenced, not necessarily banned, but just silenced for that 20 minutes. It could be something embarrassing, so they have to do the chicken dance, or they have to sing a song, and if they're a terrible singer, they have to sing it anyway. Spin the prize wheel. Yeah, that's something you could do as well. Channel point predictions, and then that's how they win more channel points. These are really good for if you're playing games that are short, for instance, Marvel Snap, or if you're playing any kind of card game that you want to know, okay, is this person going to win or not? And I've seen people create predictions for Fortnite too, to see which team will win. And then there's obviously polls. So maybe if you want your subscribers to be able to choose the next game you play, if you're a person who plays multiple different types of games. And yes, sounds are so much fun. I honestly jump scares always scare me before they scare the streamer. And my favorite ones are the South Park ones, or the ones from I just think that anyone from movies, the movie ones that are just funny quotes, or You're a Towel, or my one friend has this woo one. It's really fun. it's just a way to say hello. And like if you have a sound that you always play when you come in, they'll know it's you. And you can let a viewer send a message that's highlighted so that it shows up on the screen more prevalently and like stays on the screen for more than just a few seconds. Yeah, voice changers can be fun. Custom effects. So yeah, that's like 50 ideas. And if you guys want to see this, this is on Streamfrogs. Streamfrogs is absolutely great. They have a bunch of free tools for, so like if you were going to make a channel point, you need to use the badge resizer. Tells you, about the different badge sizes and why they're important. Gives you all of this kind of stuff, information. And yeah, so it's absolutely free. That's one thing I love about them. And so I was going to show you guys when you're doing, so I'm going to exit out of this one. So this is a Twitch badge. So a channel point badge. If you go to elements and you go to, let's say, progression of a frog. So, for instance, this is a good example. Obviously, you need each of these pictures on a different page. But for specifically your channel points, I guess this is more, I'm thinking subscriber badges when I think of this. Your subscriber badges, they should be something starting and then growing into the larger. So for each month they've subscribed, it grows into a larger object, something more beautiful. So like if it's a rock, it turns into a gemstone. If it's a baby, if it's frog eggs, it turns into a massive frog. So that's for Twitch sub badges. Yeah, my brain there for a second. But if you're doing a channel point, so if we go here, channel points, can I just, it's normally just one thing. So it can be like for instance, it could just be grass. So you could take this and you could just do grass points. Or if you wanted to, I have a friend who does dirt. So he just has a dirt pile. So you're collecting channel points of dirt. You can basically go on anybody's. So you can choose a gemstone. So you could do sapphire points. Or there's a girl on there who does chicken nuggets. So you could do chicken nugget points or nugget points. So you can call it whatever you want. It's usually one item. Like I said, you pick an item and it relates to sort of like your branding. So for instance, because I'm Hungwana Blossom, I would probably do blossom points or floral points. And so I would just take a floral design and I would change it up And I can also draw. Like I could draw on Procreate, so I wouldn't have to use this. I could use my own. But if you don't know how to draw, you can change the colors this, and you can also, recently I found out that you can also draw specifically on, I mean, this is terrible because this is like my first time trying it. You can draw specifically on things and like erase it, highlight it, whatever. You can add text, you can add different shapes. You can see what I'm talking about. But as simple as just, like I said, a chicken nugget, you would just make it the size of the whole page and call it nugget points. And like, if you want to know, like, I'm going to just go on Twitch for a second here. Turn off the sound. So let's see, is anyone... Oh, Dirty is live. Okay, I turned off his sound. So, this is my friend Dirty, Dirty Dish Element. And so, I'm just going to go to his... So, I'm going to go over here and just make it so you guys can see. So, if you look in that left corner and you go down here, you can see these little dirt piles. So, he has a bunch of different sounds, but yeah, his specific ones are dirt piles. If you go to another streamer that I watch, Athena Loves You, and we go to her channel points, I'm just gonna scroll up. You can see that she chose to just do buttons. So some people don't choose specific ones, but some people do. So I'm going to go to Pawnee. So yeah, it basically Pawnee points. So you can see that each creator, let's go here, would call their rewards a different thing. So you would see, like I said, that these are called dirt piles. Anyways, I don't want to show that for too long. You can also go directly on, just look up channel point ideas for Twitch. Like, I know you could do this on your own. You can go on Etsy. People, you can also just go here and you'll see that, well, this is a good example. So you could do silver anchors or shark points or pumpkin points or controller points, candy, red cobra, apple points, golden wheel, golden Viking, pink hearts, Twitch, whatever like symbolizes your channel the best. So yeah, there's plenty of ideas there. If we go, I actually saw another page here that I was interested in looking at. So these are some more ideas we're going to look through quickly. See if they're the same as the ones on StreamProx. This is on gamingvisuals.com. And so we've got, say, exit out of this, just make sure that no sound comes. So you can have a specific channel point an amount of channel points that they can get to just do first. So like usually it's just 1 point, and then the first person who arrives will click it, and that kind of just shows the first person to be there. Sound alerts, like I said, are really good. Jump scares are really good. Like personalized greetings, so it can be a graphic with a sound or just a sound. Personalized artwork, art. Like I said, changing your outfit. Pick the next game. Yeah, we talked about that. Free merch for people who have like maybe like 200,000 channel points and they, have been watching you for 3 or 4 months. Dancing, yeah, that's a good one. Access to subscriber only Discord, yes. Priority in queue, so like if you're playing a game like Marvel Snap, like I talked about, this would be good to be able to, they get to play quicker with you. Friend requests, yeah, adding them as a friend. If they've shown you support generously. Eating a random jelly bean, a lot of people do this one. Trying different hot sauces, choosing a game mode, letting your subscribers pick your skin, Fortnite, or even in Marvel Rivals. Or if you're in the middle of a match and you want to do a drop it, they basically can choose which, like, basically they get to decide if you live or die in the game. They get to decide whether you get to have your weapon or you have to stealthily get away. Word ban, yeah. Channel point exchange. Shout outs, yeah. So those, like, for instance, if you want someone to give, they want a shout out, they would have to like pay for the certain amount of channel points. If you're having trouble choosing different emotes and stuff, you can let them pick what emotes. And then, like I said, the more interactive they are, so the more that they give you channel points, the more that they are constantly, helping you, then I would reward them. Is there a store on this site? Oh, there is. They have emotes, animated emotes, badges, logos, overlays. I haven't really looked at their channel, their stuff, but that is smart. It is very smart to make a blog about Twitch and then, have products on there to buy. Very awesome. Another easy way for you guys to find access to Twitch stream emotes and things like that is through Etsy and through Ko-Fi, and also individuals' private stores. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that it helped you come up with some ideas for channel points. Like I said, I'm going to do one more thing before we end the stream. I know this has been a long stream, but I just want to show you guys how effective that ChatGPT can be for you. And yeah, so I'm just going to ask it, give me 25 channel point redemption ideas that are unique and then you can just add Twitch. There we go. So you can see that it comes up with some cool things like dramatic narrator. You narrate gameplay or chat like a movie trailer for 2 minutes. Speak in opposites. You may say, you must only say the opposite of what you mean for 60 seconds. Villain mode. You become the villain of your stream for 5 minutes with evil voice and all. NPC dialogue only. Talk like a confused or repetitive NPC for a full minute. Pet voice translator. If you have a pet on stream, pretend to translate their thoughts. Visual and overlay chaos. Cursed filter drop. Add a weird filter. Invert colors. Face warp. Kawaii overload. Your screen gets flooded with sparkles, hearts, and cute overlays. Tiny you. Shrink yourself while still acting huge. Pixel world. Turn your camera or screen into pixel art temporarily. Screen shake showdown. An intense camera shake and fake SFX. Sing that message. You must sing the Redeemer's chat message. Custom jingle time. Create a mini song live using random words from chat. Sound effects DJ. Let viewers trigger bizarre custom made sound effects. So yeah, you can see that these are really awesome. I'll let you read the last, I think these are 10. There's about 10 there. But yeah, those are just some really awesome ones. So I hope you guys had a really awesome time here. I hope this helped you, and I'll see you guys in the next stream. I guess the next video.